What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilgrim, coming back today with another Uncharted Battlefield. We are second to the last run here, and this is where I expect things to get a little bit difficult. So, with this particular one, as you can see here, we are on Battle 11, and this is the final win battle. So, because of that, I may have to break some rules. I am running Eyes here. Eyes is max limit broken. This is all the further I'm going to put her ability board because I just don't use this unit outside of Uncharted Battlefield. So all of my ability board items are really like designated for other units, just units I use far more often. I do have Seer. Seer is level 70. I'm not opposed to taking her up to level 80. We'll see how close this is before we make that final decision. But essentially, she applies 20% shield to our unit every time she comes into battle. 30% normal damage increase. She does do a dex increase and a magic increase, which will slightly help out Eyes. So Eyes is more strength-based than magic. Still, every little bit will help. Now, of course, with scene cards, we're going to use the best of the best. Okay, so I have several scene cards MLB here that are wind-oriented. So this one's 20% strength and 24% strength. This particular one will add shield and a normal attack damage boost. And then this one here is a just raw stamina increase. I haven't unlocked the other limit break on it yet, but I don't really want to drop a rainbow gem on it, so we're just going to kind of, well, let's see, what is the activate an adventure possession when every skill in the game starts 12% shield. I don't think we'll need that. I don't think that's gonna be a decision maker. And of course, we're using the green Ushi here. I actually could swap that out for the green cloak, but for whatever reason, I don't have the green cloak, so I need to at some point correct that that mistake. But let's go ahead and grab the green Ushi again, and I don't know where it went. Right there. Yeah. So let's give this a shot. This one's gonna be tough. Usually with these final green fights, I kind of wind up having to like use either a time limited unit because Eyes is a bit deficient in this day and age. Alternatively, I am tempted to put it in a scene card on her that allows her to use her ult right out of the gate. That might help a little bit, but let's see how this plays out. So far so good, actually. Let's see how she deals with this, though, because we don't really have any healing. All we have is a shield. And while that might help, the shield doesn't last terribly long. Now, a healing assist might be another option, but we're going to play it by ear. We're going to see what happens here. Okay? I do have some healing assists, so that is an option on the table. The temptation would ultimately be to run her with Freya, but the problem with Freya is she draws all the enemies in closer and makes you take more damage, so I don't know if it's really a good idea. Here's what's going to make or break this battle. If she stands in the fire for too long, she's going to get absolutely annihilated because I do have her set to strong enemy priority. And, come on, break him. There you go. We have a minute, but we also don't have a lot of health, which leads me down the path of maybe a healing assist might be a better option here. But she got the shield there. I will genuinely be impressed if she pulls this off. Probably not. No. We just need a tiny bit more health. So let's go back in here to setup, and let me see if I can run her with an assist that gives her some healing. Let's weigh our options. So I could take her up to... let's see how much HP it adds and how much it affects her. If we take her up to level 80, status, it's hard to tell. So current value is 2460, 34. No, it's not going to be enough to make a difference there. Are her skills maxed out? You know, I didn't even... She might be one of those that I'm lacking on her her skill levels. But no, she's all skill level 10. I haven't upgraded all... I thought I upgraded everyone. I do unfortunately have some holes in my party, so... That is what it is. I don't want to use a time-limited assist quite yet. We already used Winnie. Oh, no. Hermes. So HP, damage reduction, and stamina endurance. Let's give Hermes a shot. See what Hermes does. I'm also going to take him up to level 70. We can easily afford the level 70 upgrade. No problem. So that will that'll just help us out quite a bit. There we are. I don't think he'll need level 80. I think the healing will be more than enough. So let's see what happens here. Fingers crossed. And if you're wondering why I didn't open up with a healing assist, it's because of the other boosts that that she provided. Seer technically on paper had better boosts for our units, but you know, it is what it is. Hermes' heals also don't come in nearly as often, which is like, it's a double-edged sword. It means that if we get hit with some like heavy stuff right out of the gate, we could run into some problems. Also, this is that situation in which maybe limit breaking that scene card so we get shield right out of the gate might be handy, but let's kind of hear this out and see what happens here. So he's got a really good heal. So in about 6 seconds, we'll find out how this plays out. One. That's a full heal. Okay. So I feel good about this. Well, so far so good. All right. We still have 1:20, and we're up on a heal. So I think we can call this. I think this is going to be a done deal. Very nice. Now, if your eyes isn't limit broken, that is a thing. You can try this out for yourself and see how she does for you. But once again, there are so many wind units in the game that are just absolutely stellar. The problem is they're all time limited, or the Festus from last year that we're probably not going to get reruns on until August, September. So again, I do love the challenge of doing this with one non-time limited unit. I think it's a really good challenge to test team building and things like that. Ooh, but the downside is she does not have the damage output to kind of pull this out now. We needed that damage boost. But that's a simple scene card fix. So let's go adjust our scene cards real quick. We're going to set up here. And we'll get rid of the stamina scene card. And we will give her a strength boost all the way across the board. She doesn't necessarily need healing anymore. This is a rock solid strength boost right here. 16 and 10. Let's see, 20 and 20. We'll do the 20 and 20. Bam. One more time. So the Seer Assist got us close. What we needed was more healing. And actually, in hindsight, I might go back to Seer and maybe drop a healing item. But the problem is the items, unless they have multiple uses, they kind of wind up going to waste. Because the problem with the auto battle system is it pops those items right as soon as they're available. It does not, like, you'll notice that her item was used right immediately, like on the first opponent. They don't hold off on those items until the very end. So in theory, it would be a really good way to build it if I was playing the character. But being that we're dealing with just an auto battle, I'm going to take that back. I don't think that's going to work out. Now, I will say, if I was foolhardy enough to get her up to level 90, even though I never use her, that might be a different situation. Her at level 90 or level 100 with like a level 80 assist would be fine. More than adequate. But I'm not going to do that for the sake of this video. That is a lot of resources. In fact, I doubt I have enough resources to even get her up to level 100. So, on that regard, nah. We ain't playing that game. Oh, yes. Get him. Get him. Downside is we're not doing a lot of damage here. Her ult's very handy, but it is simply not doing the trick. All right, we got 1 minute, though, and he's halfway down. So with any luck whatsoever... Oh, she's perfect timing right now. Every time he puts up his barrier, she's doing it all. This timing is spectacular. Oh, yeah, this is a done deal. Got it. Got it. All right. So, I am happy to say that that was a writhing success. So there you guys go. I know I called it, I cut my chickens before they hatch, and it started to wear out there, but he was down far enough. I reasonably was sure that was going to do the trick. So there you guys go. Once again, if I can do this with 1, anybody can do this with 3. So use your best wind units, use your best wind scene cards. Balance your assists. You don't have to use a wind assist. I was actually tempted to use Windy there for the heal, but Hermes was on board, and so we just did that instead. So build your teams right, build your teams well, go take the sun, like, share, comment. We got the final video coming out probably tomorrow or at bare minimum Friday.